Dear traveler, we welcome you to Greece and hope you enjoy a wonderful and unforgettable holiday experience. On behalf of the Greek government and the Greek Ministry of Tourism, we would like to inform you that we have done everything in our power to make sure you stay safe during your stay in Greece. Your health is our absolute priority. In this video, we provide you with all the information you could need in order to prepare an upcoming travel to Greece. In brief, the best way to travel to Greece is by plane. The most popular international airports are located in Athens, Santorini, Mykonos, and Heraklion. Greece is my favorite country in Europe. It's loaded with great beaches, fantastic historical sites, and stunning natural beauty. The magical Greek islands are perfectly scattered for island hopping and adventure, while mainland Greece is packed with ancient cities and less visited regions that will surprise and reward the unhurried traveler. Greece offers sunshine, whitewashed houses with bright blue shutters, delicious food, and a relaxed lifestyle. And, as the cradle of Western civilization, it has some of the world's greatest ancient monuments. While it's a late bloomer in the modern age and retains echoes of a simpler, time-past world, contemporary Greece has one of Europe's fastest-changing cultural landscapes. With its classical past, hang-loose present, and edgy future, Greece offers something for every traveler. Whereas Greece is located in southeastern Europe, at the southernmost tip of the Balkan Peninsula. Greece has a land area of over 50,000 square miles and comprises a large mainland peninsula between the Ionian and Aegean seas, surrounded by an archipelago of about 6,000 islands and islets. Sharing its northern land borders with Albania, North Macedonia, Bulgaria, and Turkey, Greece is positioned at a historically rich crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. What is the population of Greece? The population of Greece was estimated by the United Nations to be 10,445,365 in 2021. Some estimates put the current population as high as 10,600,000. The country's population grew from 5 million in 1920 to a peak of nearly 11 million in 2010. The five largest cities in Greece are Athens, Thessaloniki, Patras, Larissa, and Heraklion. The vast majority of Greeks live in mainland Greece. Approximately 1.2 million people live in the Peloponnese and 1.3 million on the Greek islands. How many islands are in Greece? Greece has between 1,200 and 6,000 islands depending on the measure used to establish an island versus an islet. The number of inhabited islands is variously cited as between 166 and 227. The 10 largest Greek islands by land area are Crete, Euboea, Lesbos, Rhodes, Chios, Kefalonia, Corfu, Lemnos, Samos, and Naxos. The 10 largest Greek islands by population are Crete, Euboea, Rhodes, Lesbos, Corfu, Chios, Zakynthos, Kefalonia, Kos, and Samos. The Peloponnese has technically been an island since the completion of the Corinth Canal in 1893 but is generally not considered to be an island due to its artificial nature. What language is spoken in Greece? The official language of Greece is Greek, spoken by 99% of the population. The most common foreign languages learned by Greeks are English, German, French, and Italian. English is widely spoken in the largest cities and on the most popular Greek islands. What are the best things to do in Greece? The must-do destinations and attractions in Greece: Acropolis in Athens, National Archaeological Museum in Athens, Caldera hike in Santorini, boat tour in Santorini, wineries of Santorini, helicopter ride around Santorini, staying in a Caldera hotel in Santorini, nightlife and beach clubs in Mykonos, beaches of Naxos, the beaches in solitude of Antiparos, Syrokiniko Beach on Milos, staying in Chania Old Town, staying in Rhodes Old Town, visiting Delphi, Meteora monasteries, staying in Nafplio, island hopping by Greek ferry. How do you get to Greece? Most people will fly from a hub in Western Europe to Athens, Crete, Santorini, Mykonos, Kos, Rhodes, or Corfu. If you're arriving from the east, you could fly via Istanbul, Tel Aviv, Dubai, Mumbai, Delhi, or Singapore. My top tip for choosing flights is to fly into and out of different airports so you don't waste time and money backtracking to your arrival point. For example, fly from London to Athens, then ferry to Mykonos, ferry to Paros, ferry to Santorini, then fly Santorini to London. You may pay slightly more for two one-way tickets than a round-trip ticket, but it will be more than made up for by the savings for the extra ferry and hotel night. How long is the flight to Greece? Flying times to Athens, Greece. For direct flights to the Greek islands, flight times can be up to 30 minutes longer or shorter. Rome to Athens, 1 hour, 50 minutes. Barcelona to Athens, 2 hours, 50 minutes. Paris to Athens, 3 hours, 10 minutes. Amsterdam to Athens, 3 hours, 15 minutes. London to Athens, 3 hours, 40 minutes. Boston to Athens, 9 hours, 15 minutes. New York to Athens, 9 hours, 30 minutes. Toronto to Athens, 9 hours, 30 minutes. Chicago to Athens, 10 hours, 10 minutes. Atlanta to Athens, 10 hours, 50 minutes. Istanbul to Athens, Athens, 1 hour, 25 minutes. Dubai to Athens, 5 hours, 10 minutes. Delhi to Athens, 10 hours, 15 minutes. Singapore to Athens, 11 hours, 30 minutes. When is the best time to travel to Greece? To enjoy Greek beaches and hot weather, travel between June and September. For sightseeing, tours, hiking, and exploring, the best months to go to Greece are late March to early June, and late September to and early November. Travel to the Greek islands is not recommended between November and March. The weather will be gray, windy, and often rainy, and most hotels and restaurants will be shuttered for the season. Athens is a good year-round destination. The weather is best in the spring and fall, but archaeological sites and museums are open throughout the winter, and there is the benefit of lower rates and thinner crowds in the off-season. What are the best Greek islands? All the Greek islands are wonderful. Really, I have never met someone that went to an island and said, "What a mistake, big disappointment." It just doesn't happen. They're all different but all very special. Perhaps a better question is, what are the best Greek islands for a first-time visitor to Greece? For that I would answer Santorini, Naxos, Paros, and Mykonos. Crete is also great for first-timers, but it's so big that it's good to do on its own or perhaps along with Santorini, not much more or you'll spread your time too thin. How do you get between the Greek islands? Greek ferries are the primary mode of transport between the islands, especially for the islands in the Aegean. There are also some flights between the islands and flights via Athens between different islands, but these are expensive and have inconsistent schedules. For most itineraries, using the ferry is best. Ferryhopper.com is the best website to search for and purchase tickets for all Greek ferry routes. What are the best places to visit in mainland Greece? I love the Greek islands, but there are so many great places to visit in mainland Greece that it's worth making a trip to explore it all on its own. Just west of Athens is the Peloponnese, a vast peninsula peppered with romantic harbor towns, olive groves, and archaeological ruins. North of Athens are the ancient ruins of Delphi and the incredible clifftop monasteries at Meteora. In Greece's far north is the three-legged peninsula of Halkidiki, famous for its excellent beaches and mountain monastic republic. What are the best beaches in Greece? My favorite islands for beaches are Naxos, Mykonos, Paros, Ios, Rhodes, and Crete. But there are many more with wonderful beaches, and every island has great swimming even when the beaches don't have the typical golden sand you're expecting. Outside of the islands, the Halkidiki region of northern Greece also has excellent beaches running all up and down the coast of its three popular peninsulas. Where are the best places in Greece for kids? The whole of Greece is incredibly kid-friendly, and with great beaches, interesting history, a laid-back vibe, and incredible food, the Greek islands are an especially excellent choice for a family vacation. Greek island hopping adds a bit of adventure to a family trip and an opportunity to see several very distinct destinations. Plus, riding the ferry is always fun. My favorite island for families is Naxos, but there are many others that are also kid-friendly and great for families. Mykonos, Crete, Rhodes, and Corfu are four more islands that have great beaches, cool towns, and a friendly atmosphere. What currency is used in Greece? Greece is part of the European Union, and the currency used is the euro. Most major shops and restaurants across Greece accept credit cards, but there may be a minimum purchase required to use them. It is a good idea to have some cash on hand for bus trips and small purchases like bottled water and snacks. ATMs are plentiful in Athens and generally easy to find in most villages and beach towns across Greece. Do you tip in Greece? Tipping is not expected in Greek restaurants but is appreciated. Rather than a percentage of the bill, a restaurant tip in Greece can be a few euros left on the table as a recognition of good service, or simply rounding up the tab to the nearest convenient amount. The more touristy a restaurant is, the more a tip is expected. Frequent questions and answers. 1. How can one travel to Greece? Greece welcomes visitors applying advanced health protection protocols. Greek tourism operates with the maximum safety possible for tourists, employees, and every person involved in the provision of tourist services. However, a simplified PLF remains in operation, the completion of which is optional, for the sole purpose of enabling the traveler, family to issue an EU certificate of negative or positive COVID-19 test result. 2. What are the health protocols for the people working in the tourism sector? Employees in the Greek tourism sector are being vaccinated with the general population, according to government planning. Until they are vaccinated, all employees are required to undergo COVID-19 tests at the frequency set by the current joint ministerial decision, as in force. In addition, they are encouraged to test even more frequently to ensure timely isolation. 3. What will apply to guests during their stay? During their stay in Greece, foreign visitors must follow all measures that apply to Greek citizens. As of 01/06/2022, face mask requirement in indoor areas is lifted. It only remains mandatory for all passengers, except children under the age of 4 and those with respiratory problems, on local public transport and in those areas of cruise ships, pleasure boats, yachts and ferries where the use of mask is required, according to the relevant health protocols. 4. Are there business activity health protocols in force? The Greek Ministry of Tourism has released specific health protocols against COVID-19 to be applied by all Greek tourism enterprises for their safe operation in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic and has introduced the National Health First certification seal for tourist accommodation establishments that comply with the relevant requirements. Health protocols apply to all Greek tourism enterprises that wish to continue operation during the pandemic and aim to reduce the risk of coronavirus transmission to employees and customers. 5. Can I quarantine at my hotel if I am diagnosed with COVID-19? Visitors who have been diagnosed with COVID-19 upon arrival can optionally isolate at their booked hotel as long as the length of their stay at the hotel covers the isolation period. 6. Is the departure and arrival of private yachts allowed? The departure and arrival of yachts is allowed with strict protocols, while the same terms and conditions will apply to both Greeks and foreign citizens. 7. What is the situation with cruise ships? As of 14/05/2021, cruise restrictions have been completely removed, always imposing very strict protocols that apply to these activities. 8. What if the visitor's country requires a test for his/her return? It is possible to perform PCR or rapid antigen tests directly at the place where each guest stays if the guest needs a test for returning home. This makes it easier for every tourist to be consistent with his/her obligations in order to safely return to his/her country. How to travel the Cyclades Islands. The tourist season on the Cycladic Islands runs from mid-April to mid-October. If it's your first time in the area, you'll certainly want to start by visiting either Mykonos or Santorini. In Santorini, you'll find great wineries like Venetsanos and Santo, while on Mykonos, it's the nightlife that will keep you coming back, with iconic clubs like Scorpios and Super Paradise. When exploring some of the smaller islands, like Ios, Fulgandros, and Milos, swim, snorkel, and wander the fortress-like capital of each island whose cobbled alleyways are home to shops, galleries, bars, and tavernas. And don't miss sailing adventures on the Cycladic Islands. Look into companies like Palco Sailing on Milos and Sunset Oya Cruises on Santorini. Where to stay? On Santorini, start your trip by staying amidst the iconic, cliffside white and blue houses of Oya at Andronis Luxury Suites. Next, move along the Caldera to Emirivigli, where you'll find some of the most over-the-top and romantic hotels, including Andronis Concept Wellness Resort and Grace Hotel, Auberge Resorts Collection. Finally, stay a night at luxury boutique hotels. Try Milos Breeze on Milos, Coco Mad Eco Residences on Serifos, Kalilo on Ios, and the Naxian Collection Luxury Villas and Suites on Naxos. If you like this video, please subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.